Welcome back to the Totally Random Talk Show. I'm your host, Grayson.
And I'm your host, Max.
Now, sadly, this is our last episode of the season. And we want to send you guys out with a bang. So, today we are going to come up with complete random stuff.
Well, like we usually do, but while we're recording the episode. Usually we do it right before.
So, our first topic today is on ice cream.
Okay.
I love ice cream, okay? Don't even get me started. It is so good.
Delicious ice cream.
Oh, gosh. I want some right now. Okay. Ice cream, there's so many different flavors. Alright, my personal favorite is either cookies and cream or just plain vanilla. I'm not I'm not much of a variety guy, but you know, they have Neapolitan, Rocky Road, Mud Fudge, Chocolate Chip, Chocolate Fudge, Apple, Cream. The list goes on and on. I don't want to list them all because it's so vast. And no, I'm not reading anything either.
There are even crazy ones that are flavored with actual blood from animals. No joke. That's an actual ice cream flavor.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, so, there was this documentary I was watching, right? On Disney Plus, you can watch it. It's called The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, right? I love that one.
Yeah,
I watched the ice cream episode.
Yep, and it's a great documentary. See, it takes it more of a light perspective on different topics, right? And it also is kind of random, like what we've been doing, you know? Because the topics don't relate very much, but they are all very interesting. And he was talking about how ice cream brings back memories, right? And every single time I have ice cream, that is so true. You remember past times you had ice cream or certain events that you went to, you know, like things you did with other people that had ice cream, and they're all good, you know, just because it helps bring back memories.
Exactly. And not only that, but it is just good.
Yeah. Oh. I feel bad for the people who can't.
Yeah. I don't know if people do this at all. Some people might think it's disgusting, but I think that dipping fries in ice cream is actually really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and you know, it's not for everyone. Like, if you think it's gross, like, that's okay.
Yeah, and you do get, like, with that, you get a mix of sweet and savory. And so, and it's not too savory, you know, because fries are, like, salty, but they're also not the most savory thing you could have. But they really fit well with ice cream.
Yeah.
So, ice cream is amazing. It's great.
It's creamy.
Delicious. And I'm sorry for the people who can't have ice cream from health conditions like being lactose intolerant. Hopefully you can have like sherbet and stuff like that, which is similar. It's still pretty good. Yeah.
So what's our next topic, Max?
Let's see. How about we do it on ceramic, like plates and bowls, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, like ceramic cutlery and different.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the interesting thing about that is it's a lot like glass, but not clear and a little more sturdy, meant for cutlery, like you said.
Necessarily call it clay either, because it's not.
Yeah.
It's like a mix between clay and glass.
Yeah, I think I have some here that I painted. Yeah. Anyways.
Ceramic class, I'm guessing.
Actually, there are some places you can go to Like, there are little shops and you pay to paint stuff. So, like, you buy, for example, I have an Iron Man helmet, right? And you can take off the front mask part and you can put stuff inside of it. So I painted it, and then they put it in a kiln, and then it looks all glossy, the paint. So they actually put it in the kiln twice so that they can harden it first to make the shape, and then you paint it. So it's pretty fun to do. It's very relaxing.
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily did ceramics, but I definitely did something similar in one of my classes this year. I sculpted. It was a sculpture class, and I sculpted Squidward from SpongeBob, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's amazing.
But yeah, ceramics, they're very, like, ceramic bowls, ceramic plates, everyone buys them. I mean, some people don't, and they have plastic or paper, but, you know, I guess whatever you want in your home. So
yeah, I'm sure some people have at least one item that's made out of ceramic. Like, for example, we have this plate that's just on display, like it's a square plate, and it sits on a little stand, and it's just on display. So yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways, our next topic, why don't you look around, see what it's gonna be.
Alright, let's talk about iron, kids.
Wait, what?
I was quoting something, but instead I just took out the word they said and added in iron. Let's talk about iron.
See, iron is probably up with, I think, like, wood as being one of the most useful materials that we have for buildings. Because if you look at, like, skyscrapers and stuff like that, they have lots of steel in them, which is made of iron, just, like, reinforced. So yeah, pretty good.
Now, there is one difference between steel and iron that I'd like to point out. Steel, very smooth, very finite, and it does not have any cracks, holes, or anything. It's very smooth. But iron, over time, begins to wear, it begins to rust, and it also always has, like, cracks and holes in it. Not necessarily that you can see, but microscopic.
Yeah, technically everything does.
Yeah, but, like, in the olden days, everyone they didn't have steel necessarily. They used iron for most everything, and they built, like, iron bridges and iron trains and iron everything. You know, they used iron for everything. But it wasn't until after trains started to fall apart too easy and bridges began to collapse that they realized that, you know, it was like they needed something better than iron, so they found steel. You know?
Yeah, which is more of a strong, you know, like they melt down iron, I'm pretty sure, and then I think it could be an alloy, which is a mix of metals too. I'm not exactly sure, because there's a little bit of, there's like different types of steel, like they're the same, but some are just with different mixes of metals to make it stronger. So yeah, it's
like, I know they have a steel gold alloy.
Yeah, which is probably really expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's not strong because gold is very flimsy, but it's very interesting. So yeah, iron. It's not as good as steel. Yeah,
but it's still useful.
Very.
Yeah, and also you do need iron as like a mineral, as vitamins, you know, to.
Yeah.
You really need that to be able to live. It's in your blood, which is why blood does kind of smell ironic, I guess. I don't know, like iron. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, Let's see, what
So,
should we talk
what
about
will our next topic be?
How about erasers? Have we talked about
That's a
that
good
yet?
topic.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think we have.
I'm sure it doesn't really matter, because we could have different things to say if you come back to a topic.
Exactly.
But yeah. So, erasers...
There's good and bad erasers.
Yeah. See, I usually notice that with pencils, the only good erasers are... They're usually a little bit softer and kind of smooth. And they're usually like the normal pink erasers. Like other colors don't work as well. For some reason.
Yeah.
And I have white erasers. And they're like the rectangle erasers, the ones. And they work way better. Ones. Yeah, they're some of the best erasers. Because they just get the pencil off easier. So yeah.
And there is also pen erasers.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I tried it out once. And it does erase the pen. It's very cool. Although it doesn't erase it fully or quite as much as a pencil would.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I actually have an erasable marker. And it works really well.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I mean, most everything that you can use to draw with is pretty much erasable now.
Yeah.
Like, I think they have erasable paints and stuff.
Yeah. And some that, like, if you spray it with water, it'll go away. And then when it's completely dry, it'll come back, which is cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So, yeah, there's not much to say about erasers, except for that they're useful. Because if you mess up and you use a pencil, then you can fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know
they
I messed up.
They are used a lot in school and stuff, because I know teachers request to have them in their supplies lists, because sometimes they request supplies, stuff like that. So yeah.
So,
anyways.
Yeah, I think that's about it on erasers.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more to say, but
yeah.
Maybe we could come back to it as a future topic.
Yeah, so what are we going to do next?
Let's see. Let's talk about paper towels.
See, those are very useful too.
Most everything we've covered today is useful, so... I mean, pretty much everything has a use.
Yeah.
They're all just used for different things. And paper towels, they clean up messes very well. I mean, that's what they're made for. But...
Yeah. Technically, toilet paper is a paper towel. Like, it's the same kind of material.
I think that paper towels are just more bold and they're thicker, and then like toilet paper is actually like thin
and soft.
Yeah.
Yep. But they're similar.
Not much to say about paper towels either, really.
Yeah. I mean, we do use them a lot. I feel like it's an easy alternative to a rag, because sometimes with a rag it's dirty enough you have to grab a new one, and then you have a small little pile of rags, like 3 or 4 rags, you know.
Yeah.
But with paper towels, you throw them away, which, yeah, it's wasteful, but they are useful. And you can burn them too, and they burn really fast.
That's true. They do burn very fast. And I've seen people, they do it with toilet paper as well, but paper towels, I think, work better.
Yeah.
But you take paper towels and you get the Vaseline and you mix them together, and it makes a very good fire starter.
Yeah. Yeah, so, let's see. Next, I'm trying to think of what to do. Let's see. I'm just going to look around really quick. How about motors?
Motors. That's a good topic.
Like what you'd have in a fan, or sometimes you can have them in boats, like motorboats. You know, they move with a motor that gets the propeller moving.
Well,
so yeah,
I will say that motorboat motors and fan motors are very different.
Yeah.
Because fan motors are powered by a couple of things.
Yeah.
One, they could be battery charged. Two, it could be powered from like an electromagnet charge, or it could just be an outlet.
Yeah. I have a fan that just plugs into the wall and then it works. So, yeah.
Most people will do those, and I've seen people that also have battery fans, and those are useful too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd also like to point out that there are fans that you can hook into the charging port of your phone, and they blow in your face.
Oh yeah, those are interesting because I don't know. It just it seems kind of like a weird thing. It just looks weird, you know. Yeah, and also on boats, sometimes the motor is powered by gas. Like you fill up the boat with gasoline, and then that is then powering the motor. Same as kind of in a car, I feel like, where you use gasoline to power the car. And I don't know exactly how cars work, but I do know that you have to get gas, you know, to let your car run. But yeah.
Basic logic.
Yeah.
I've seen people that like, you know, ride around in a moped or motor scooter, and they stop and they're like, why isn't it working? Turns out the whole time all they had to do is fill up gas.
Yeah, and it's the same thing for lawnmowers. I'm pretty sure those have motors too.
Yeah,
right?
They do take gas, most of them. Some of them actually have batteries, but
yeah, or like
most of
electric.
them take gas.
Yeah. And it is annoying sometimes if you run out of gas on the lawnmower and you're in the middle of mowing the lawn. Because then you kind of don't start at the same place, because you kind of have to, like, you fill it up and you start the lawnmower up again. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Should we get going to our next topic?
Sure.
Alright. Shredders.
Shredders. Yeah.
I love shredders, even to this day, because I remember many, like you said about ice cream and bringing back memories. Shredders, strangely, bring back memories for me, because I remember I would sit down with my mom and she'd give me a stack of paper.
Yeah.
I'd be like so excited to shred it in the shredder, and so I'd take it one piece at a time, just like watch it get shredded, and then at the end I'd dump it all in the trash. But it was just so satisfying to my little 4-year-old brain.
Yeah, my grandma used to have a shredder, and sometimes you shred papers in it, and it has like, it looks kind of like confetti right when it gets shredded, and so you'd want to toss it all in the air, but you didn't want to make a mess. And also, they're credit card shredders, so like if somebody gets a new credit card, like it got stolen or something like that, and they just needed a new one, they can like shred it, or some people just cut them up. But I think it's interesting that you could buy a shredder for that.
Yeah. Is it weird that I want that?
No. Actually, no.
Because then I can shred like
that'd be
tiny
fun.
pieces of paper and just
Or like there's those big shredders that are for actual like big items.
Yeah,
and there's
like they have cardboard box shredders.
Yeah, and there's YouTube videos where they have shredders that are supposed to just be able to shred anything, so they just put like apples in there, you know, like toys and stuff, and it just shreds them straight up.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I watched a video where someone took like a bunch of iPhones and threw them all in a shredder.
Oh, that's such a waste of money.
It was really satisfying though.
They probably earned more money off of that video than they paid for the iPhones, to be honest.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Especially because if you do something like that and you say shredding iPhones in a shredder, not clickbait, you know, people click on the video and then you get more views, which is more money.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is kind of smart actually to do that. And it also reminds me of those videos with the hydraulic presses. They can just press down like huge things, like metal boxes, just smash it down. And I even saw one where they had a stack of quarters. It was 10 quarters and it was down to the size of about 1 quarter by the time it crushed them all.
Oh my gosh. Believe it or not, crushing a bowling ball, it smashes to pieces so fast. It's literally just a giant ball of glass. Yeah.
Or ceramic, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it is ceramic.
Hey, wait a minute. We're going right back around to what we talked about before. Yeah, and also what's weird is some of the stuff they put in the presses, it looks like as soon as it touches the item, it just breaks. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, should we do one last topic?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. How about we do plastic? See, that's a very broad subject.
Very.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Plastic is everywhere. Like, I could just name a few things. I'm pretty sure my retainer case is made of plastic. Cups are plastic. Some bottles are plastic. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, most everything that we use today is mostly made out of plastic. Granted, not everything, but most everything. What I am wearing right now is made out of plastic.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird.
The case on my phone is plastic. The microphone I am using, the outer shell is plastic. Well, actually, most of it is metal, but some of it is plastic.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything you see today is made somewhat out of some sort of plastic. And it's like steel. You know, steel is so useful today.
Yeah.
And so is plastic.
Yeah. And I think with plastic, there's a little bit of different types, you know. Because, like, the plastic on my phone case isn't the same as a plastic baggie would be.
Exactly.
But it's a little bit similar. And I think with plastic, there's a lot of pollution from it. And lots of people think, oh, because there's pollution from plastic, it's bad. But that doesn't necessarily mean plastic is bad. It just means that the way that we're getting rid of the plastic is bad.
Unhealthy.
And you see, like, plastic is really useful. It's a great invention. But when we throw it away in the oceans and we don't try and find better ways to get rid of the plastic that won't pollute our earth, then that's when it gets bad. It's so sad to see animals that have like those plastic rings from soda cans around their necks and stuff, you know, like plastic bags or straws. That's when you don't like plastic, but usually plastic is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything
Honestly,
to add?
I just gotta say, like, plastic is amazing. You know, when you recycle it, it is actually very helpful. I've seen people make playgrounds out of plastic. Like, the ground is plastic and rubber, which is actually good for the environment. And I've also seen plastic roads. That is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actually very helpful because of all the rainfall. they wash it all to the sides into a watershed, and it's very helpful. And there's just so many good uses for plastic and other things, but then you also like have plastic in the oceans and things like you were saying, you know, endangered animals and other such things like that. It just makes me sad.
Yeah, one interesting thing, I saw this thing where this guy, for I think it was 20 years, he put trash together, like plastic and everything like that, and he put it all together on an island, right? And so it made this island float. So he made his own island out of all the trash that he used.
Oh, wow.
And he lived on this island, like he built a house on the island, right? And it looked so relaxing, you know, because he put plants on it too. And it's like, he used all this plastic, and even though it's in the ocean technically, it's all tied together, and he can get it out whenever he needs.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big island, but he could slowly remove the garbage and like recycle it for other things. And so I thought it was cool because he took something that could have been bad, you know, plastic being thrown away in the ocean or being burnt, and he made a place to live out of it, you know, which is awesome.
Yeah. And honestly, like, it's just amazing to see what everyone can do to help the environment and do good things with plastic.
Yeah.
Well,
about it.
That's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
But sadly, I'm very sad myself that this is the last episode of the season. But we will give you guys updates on when the second season will come out. And we are also going to be having bonus episodes. And tell us more about these episodes, Max.
Yeah, so over on my page that I have, it should be called Max and Trayson, I'm pretty sure. Or like it's Totally Random Talk Show 2, but the name would be Max and Trayson. And on the main one, it's Trayson and Max. So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But,
so I do have a link down below for Totally Random Talk Show 2 if you guys want to search that up.
Yep, and we'll be doing different fun little bonus episodes, trying to do some impressions. If you want us to do any, then we're trying to figure out how we can let people tell us that. So hopefully we can do that soon.
Yeah. And as always, guys, stay random.
Yep, stay random.